Hey guys, welcome back to Life with Mrs. B. In today's episode of Foodie Friday, I am sharing with you some family meal ideas. All of these meals were pretty quick, pretty cheap, not super faffy. I have 3 kids that are home educated and I have a hungry husband that works a lot of hours, so I don't have time to spend hours and hours each night in the kitchen, or even each week, let's be honest. So here are some family meal ideas that I hope you enjoy. So for this first recipe, I made some tomato and red pepper soup. I started off with red peppers, funnily enough, some sweet potatoes, onions, carrots, and for spices I used, well, herbs, garlic, along with some dried oregano, however you want to say it, and some rosemary. And then I used some stock cubes. These were chicken, but you could use veggie, beef, whatever you got. And then some tins of chopped tomatoes and 2 cartons of passata. I also made this beautiful loaf of bread in my Dutch oven. Is that not the most beautiful loaf of bread you have ever seen in your life? It was crispy. It's amazing. So I started off by frying up my onions. I just roughly chopped everything in this. You just want to roughly chop because you're going to blend this soup, so what's the point in taking the time to finely chop it? And then Sky was over here. She was chopping me up some peppers. She's my little sous chef. And this is what my bread looks like out of the Dutch oven. Like, doesn't that not look like artisan? I'm making like this weird face, artisan. Sky was still going, chopping them peppers. So these were the kind of size we chopped them up. And then I peeled and chopped the sweet potatoes. Again, big-ish chunks. And then some carrots. These were just into kind of like little coins. You don't gotta be fancy. And then into your pot with your onions, add those peppers and add all the sweet potatoes and carrots. I just show a little bit, but it all went in. And then you're just going to add in your tins of chopped tomatoes. I'm laughing because when Sky did this, she poured it in and it just went and it went all over her t-shirt. And she was not best pleased. Wait till you see her little face in a second. She was like, say what? She was not happy. That is mistake number 1 in the kitchen. Get your apron on, always. And then I added in, well, Sky added in the 2 cartons of passata. And then you just want to add in, well, what are these? Stock cubes. I was going to say water, but we'll go with stock cubes. 4 stock cubes. Now I didn't add a whole lot of seasoning to this because those stock cubes can be pretty salty. Then I added in the herbs. And this was a litre of boiling water. And you just want to cook that until everything is soft. But yeah, seasoning. Didn't add in a whole lot because stock cubes can be very salty. So just use season to your preference. It's your kitchen. You do what you like. You don't have to do what I do. You do what you like. If you don't like something, don't add it in. And then I blended it once it was all cooked. See, I said you didn't need to chop stuff, fine. And then to make it extra delicious, I added in a cup of double cream. If you are across the pond, I think this would be similar to like heavy whipping cream. A cup of that, added it in, and it just made it so delicious and creamy. This made enough for 2 dinners, like it makes a whole lot of soup. And that was how it turned out, and we served it alongside that beautiful Dutch oven bread. This next night, I really did not want to cook, but I made myself. Thomas was out with Sky and I didn't want to get fast food or a takeaway, so I just made something quick. So I boiled up a whole bag of pasta, and then in this little pot I've got, I think, 2 cartons of passata. I can't remember. I filmed these videos, guys, like last month and filmed them over maybe like 2 weeks or something. I only show the interesting meals. You don't want to see toast and beans. But anyway, in here I had some rotisserie chicken that I got from Costco. If you guys have seen that in my Costco haul, I'll put a link up there for you to go and check it out. I did a monthly grocery haul. It was a lot of food. But anyway, along with the passata, I did some garlic, salt, pepper, and then I used my green herbs. I call them green. So that's like thyme, oregano, basil, all that kind of thing. And I just put that in the tin. No, that's a pot. The pot with the passata and cooked it along with the chicken. The chicken was already cooked. I just took it off and shredded it up, and that was a pretty simple dinner. This was the chicken. We had enough chicken for another meal I made. I can't speak. Quesadillas another day. But
this was what it looked like. I added in some more seasoning, felt it needed a little more, and I also saved some of the starchy cooking water from the pasta. That's a great tip, and that just helped thin out the sauce a little. It was just looking a little dry. If you're healthy, serve it with veg. If you're lazy, then don't. Next night, well, the next clip you're seeing was some burgers and fries. These were delicious. So I did some caramelized onions in my little Dutch oven. I did some burgers in my halogen oven. This is just like processed cheese. I prefer doing burgers in the halogen oven because they can get a bit, like, the fat spits off and stuff, and I don't like that a lot from my oven. And that was it. I did them with some seasoned French fries, and then I put the caramelized onions in a little bowl. People could help themselves. Me, Thomas, Sky and Oben love the onions. Argyll, I don't think Argyll tried it. And then I just served it with some cucumber on the side, and boom. This next clip is some springtime meatballs I got from a cookbook. I kind of adjusted it a little bit. I've got pork mince, some Parmesan cheese, onions, lemon zest and seasonings. I got it from this cookbook, but we're changing it a little bit. And then into a big pot, I did some spaghetti, just cooked that. And then with your meatballs, oh no, wait, this, I don't have a recipe for this today, but this Pioneer Woman fruit bars, delicious. I used homemade blueberry jam, go make them. But anyway, meatballs, rolled them into meatballs, cooked them in the oven. That was pretty easy. Again, saved some of that starchy pasta water. And then in this pot, this is the same pot I cooked the pasta. That's thinking ahead. And I also have lemon juice. And I put in double cream, lemon juice, some starchy pasta water, salt, pepper, what else? Parmesan cheese, like a whole packet of Parmesan cheese. That was a lot of cheese. And then the meatballs, and that was it. And you just stir this together with the cooked meatballs until it just like thickens a little bit. It was delicious, by the way, delicious. Now the recipe called for peas. Thomas, my husband, does not eat peas. So we used sweet corn instead. I think it would have been better with peas, but hey ho. And this was homemade garlic bread, well, semi-homemade. The ciabattas were bought. And then this was how it turned out. I served the meatballs over the spaghetti. It was so good, like so good. There was no leftovers. And then this last meal I have for you, I made some chorizo and chicken risotto. Love a good risotto. So I started with some onion that you've seen, fried that up, chopped that up, fried it up, and then you're going to add in some chorizo. This is Lidl's chorizo. It's lovely. I really like it. And then you just want to cook that for like a minute. And then this is chicken and chorizo. So I also added in some chicken, and I just cooked all that until it was like cooked. Funnily enough, the chicken was cooked through it. I just cut the chicken up into small pieces. I thought that was easier, like it cooked quicker. So, you know. And then the rice you're using, or I used, I mean, you can use whatever you want, is this risotto rice. It's from Lidl. It's called arborio rice, and I used about half this bag, so that's like 500 grams. So I've got more for another time. And then you want to cook your rice, fry it off for a few minutes, and it like soaks up all the oil from the chorizo. Definitely do that. It gives some extra flavour. And then with risotto, you just like add your stock in, your chicken stock or whatever you want, a little bit at a time. Stir, stir, stir. Keep stirring, keep stirring. It's very laborious. And eventually you get something that looks like this. This does not look particularly appetizing. I appreciate that, but it tasted amazing. And then I added in some broad beans into it. I just got these ones from Morrison's. And this is it. The beans are not cooked all the way through yet here. That's fine, because I did it for a meal prep for another day and I stored it in the fridge. So that is the risotto.
And that is this episode of Foodie Friday over, guys. If you enjoyed it, give it a thumbs up. If comments are on, probably not, then leave me a comment. You can always pop over to the community tab. Did you know there's a community tab on my what's this called, YouTube? I forgot where I was there from. On my YouTube page. Yep, there is a community tab. You can only see it, I believe, on the desktop, so you can't see it when you're on your phone. Sorry, but you can pop over and leave me a comment on Instagram, or you can also find me on Facebook under the same handle, just Life with Mrs. B, and I can chat with you there. So thanks guys, and I will see you in my next video. I do new videos every Monday, Wednesday and Friday. See you then.